How many times has Meghan Markle been married? And could a brand new wedding be looming again? Yes, that's right. What is the truth behind this incredibly strange rumour? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. As ever, nice to see you, nice to have your company today. Whatever you do, keep safe and of course enjoy the day. It's interesting with everything, isn't it, when you look at royals and all that sort of stuff. You do sort of see, they do very similar things to you and I, of course, but mainly when you are ex-royals, you have to think about the money. Have to think, of course, about how you can make sure you get the full celebrity endorsement. I find it fascinating, in fact, with Harry and Meghan, because seemingly they don't have that many close friends sticking up for them. And I don't mean that in a cruel way, but, you know, with the onslaught of negativity that they've received over the last, say, 2 to 3 years after they departed from the British monarchy, you would have thought there would have been more people coming out. Now, I don't know whether they don't want to come out because they don't want to support them, or indeed just don't want to get caught up in the backlash, whichever way you look at it. I mean, we saw recently, didn't we, that Serena Williams was vocal in some respects, but not in many others. A little bit confusing on both sides, I'm sure you will agree. Now, what's interesting is this story is gaining traction over here because it's allegedly that Harry and Meghan are now more in love than ever and plan to renew their wedding vows. Very strange indeed, because as we know, Meghan herself, this was the second time around, and seemingly she's already had 3 weddings, if we're to believe her truth, her version of the truth. Now, if you recall, of course, she was married to a guy called Trevor originally on a beach, but didn't really want any videos or pictures taken of that one. Seemingly she didn't want to keep the memory, according to Tom Bauer. And then we had the spectacle that was cost, well, millions, billions, according to her, and everybody did well out of it. But you know what? As she told Oprah Winfrey, you know, we were married 3 days before. Something once again turned out to be a bit of a fiction. And of course, the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, had to squash that rumour. So could it be 4th time lucky for Meghan? Well, according to a very good source, they are basically putting this story around. And why? Well, it's quite simple really, isn't it? It shows unity, it shows combination, it shows strength. And as they return back here to the United Kingdom in an area where they know they are going to receive incredible negative press, whichever way you look at it, then it's all about them being a romantic love story against the odds, you know? Think of all those things like Suddenly Last Summer and all those old-fashioned sort of squashy movies, you know, that have the violins and the doves floating off. This is exactly the sort of image that Meghan and Harry's PR are trying to push ahead. Is it true? Well, in my opinion, no. And I'll tell you why. Because if they were to do something like that, that would come at a mega price, you know. It's not something they would do on the off, because it would be worth a lot of money for a celebrity magazine deal, or indeed as part of a rolling sort of reality TV series. And that's not something they're going to give away for free. They could allude to this in the media to see how it sold. But what it did do, of course, was shove Kate and William off the front pages talking about their good causes and putting Harry and Meghan back frontline and centre in the media, seemingly the thing that they hate the most. You have to keep remembering that, of course. And it popped up in a magazine that's very little read, circulation very much down, and also has a strange connection to a journalist who claims they have the hotline to the former royals. So whatever you're reading about it being a brand new wedding, a 4th time around, Harry's more in love than ever, think again. It could be a while before you're asked to don a brand new hat, sit in front of the telly and watch that scenario, that spectacle, all over again. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.